Good morning to everybody and good morning, Zoom. So I'm going to talk about special days today. And last week I went out to lunch with the lunch group and they asked me, so what is your talk about special days going to be about? And I said, it's going to be about special days. So I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe I should describe that a little more. So I looked up what special means. We all know what days mean. So it's a better, greater, or different from what is usual. So we're going to talk about better days than what our usual days are. The reason I wanted to talk specifically today is because one of my special days is coming up, and that's my birthday, and on March 29th. And, you know, people look at their birthdays, and when you get to my point, they say, oh my God, I'm so old. But instead of that, I say, oh my God, look what all I've accomplished. Oh my God, look at my life. Oh my God, I'm still upright and walking and talking, So a lot of our special days and what makes them is our awareness. And awareness is something that we do. We're always kind of aware, but we need to bump that up a little bit, because if you are aware of what's going on around you, you can make just about any day a special day. And I have a whole list of special days, but I thought that first of all, I would mention for Mark, this is Mark's longest bio I ever had to read special day. And for me, it's like, I'm up here and I'm in front of people that I care about, and I'm in the church that I love. And there's a lot of things about today that are special. So I did make this little list, if I can find where my little list is. I thought I had it. Okay, so this actually is the special days that I came up with. The list is unbelievably long, but these are the ones that I picked that I have a couple of copies of this, not a million, but I thought these days I went through it and I picked the days that I could relate to spirit on with these topics of the day. Because if you live your life relating to spirit and keep spirit up front and personal in your life, your days will be special all the time. But I did forget one thing. I got to get my phone because I want to read you all the designations for today that are special. And I had pulled it up on my phone. And it is pretty funny because according to Google, well, I go by Safari, not Google, but March 24th has 18 holidays. So I'll try to go through this pretty quickly, but there's 18 of them. So it's pretty funny, I think. All right, come on. Independent Accommodations Day. It is, oh my gosh, it went to the history of independent accommodations. I don't think I want to bore you with all that. It's Purim, which is actually a true Jewish holiday, a Jewish celebration. Commonwealth Covenant Day, Day of Remembrance for Truth and Justice. Flatmates Day. Halakha Dahana. I don't know what that is, but that's today. It shows a big bonfire, so it says bonfires, dancing, splashes of color, and the triumph of good over evil. Hey, that's a great day. Halakha Dahana. Let's see. International Day for Achievers. International Day for the Right to the Truth concerning gross human rights violations and for the dignity of victims. National Adverse Drug Event Awareness Day. National Cheesesteak Day. National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. National Cocktail Day. National Each Person is a Person of Worth Day. National Stephanie Day. Wow, Noah Stephanie. Today is a terrific day to commemorate them and share their names' origins. Oh, it's Palm Sunday. I didn't even know that. How bad am I? So it's Semana Santa Spain Day, World Tuberculosis Day, and that's it. That's a lot of days. But I'm going to talk about how we can make each of our days special and how you can teach yourself to do that. And I'm going to do that with the help of I think it's a children's book, but it's not. It's a great adult book. So it's called I'm in Charge of Celebrations. And the funny thing about this book is that I had lunch with my niece the other day, and I was telling her that I was going to talk at church and, what I was going to talk about. And she said, oh my gosh, you need to use this book that I love this book. She said, I always taught it to my kids. She's a teacher. Well, she was a teacher, but anyway, so I ran home and ordered it on Amazon. And as Amazon does, they brought it within a couple hours, and it changed the whole direction of my talk somewhat because it's a great reference for this talk. So I'm going to read excerpts of it throughout my talk, but I'm going to start with this. It says, sometimes people ask me, and it's this girl, which is the character in the book. So sometimes people ask me, aren't you lonely out there with just desert around you? I guess they mean the bear grass and the yuccas and the cactus and the rocks. I guess they mean the deep ravines and the hawk nests in the cliffs and the coyote trails that wind across the hills. Lonely? I can't help laughing when they ask me that. I always look at them surprised and I say, how could I be lonely? I'm the one in charge of celebrations. Sometimes they don't believe me, but it's true. I am. I put myself in charge. I choose my own. Last year, I gave myself 108 celebrations, and that's besides the ones they closed school for. I cannot get by with only a few. So, I thought that was just a really cool thing. And each of us are in charge of our own celebrations. So, like I said, I made a couple copies of this, and on this it's by the month. And like I said, you can use these, or when you get up in the morning, you can think about, what do I want to accomplish today? What do I want to appreciate today? And you can set it from that if you don't like one that's on here. But I also thought this was fun because I looked up the favorite national holidays, and this is in order. And I was surprised by this. So Thanksgiving is first, number one. And I think that's nice, And then Memorial Day and Christmas are actually tied for second, which I was surprised for that too. Father's Day, Veterans Day, and then Mother's Day. And I thought that was kind of funny. There's a lot of them on here that are missing, but I probably could have gone on forever and gotten down to all the weird ones, but I thought just the top 6 would be kind of funny. And you can think what you want about Father's Day coming before Mother's Day. That's because mothers like Father's Day and fathers don't like Mother's Day because they got to think of something to buy. And they hate that. So anyway, at least that's my simple analysis of that order. So then I looked up the weirdest national holidays. And I thought these are really weird. On December 15th, it's National Cat Herder Day. November 1st, National Cook for Your Pets Day. October 16th, National Feral Cat Day. January 8th, National Man Watchers Day. January 13th, National Clean Your Desk Day. January 16th, Appreciate a Dragon Day. January 19th, Brew a Potion Day. January 21st, National Cheesy Socks Day. Ugh, I'm a visual person, so that one's not so good for me. And then January 27th is Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. So as you can see, you can make a special day out of just about anything, and you can improve your life with your special days. Sorry, I got dry pipes. So we do have a couple of really special days coming up, and that is the eclipse on April 8th. You know, different people have different beliefs about what the eclipse is going to bring to us, but you can choose to believe whatever you want, but whatever you want, that is a special day. That's something that we haven't had the experience of in a long time, and we won't have it again. And if I was good, I would have written down when it's coming back, but I didn't. So, and then we have on, both of these were in the announcements, but they're special days. The 30th anniversary of our church is coming up on May 19th. We're not exactly sure. It's in May sometime. We pick the Sunday that's closest to that time around there. So it could be May 18th, May 17th, but it's actually, we're choosing May 19th, and we are going to celebrate hopefully big this year, because 30th anniversary is a big deal. So we're small but mighty. And we used to be even smaller and mightier probably to get us this far. So let's see. Today for me is a good day. I'm going to go back to me. And I got to choose when I woke up this morning what was going to be good about the day. And, you know, it's all, like I said, it's all about awareness, but it's also all about attitude, perception, you know, attitude, attitude, and attitude. You know, I got woken up very early because my son, who lives in the conjoined house, has two dogs, a 1.5-year-old silver lab and a 6-month-old Italian Mastiff. And if you know what that is, it's a big dog. And she's 6 months old, and she is 60 pounds already, and she is crazy. And with my little dog that weighs 10 pounds, the two of them are best friends. But I spend my whole life afraid she's going to kill her, you know, not on purpose, just because of their size difference. So anyway, it was a great day because they woke me up early and I got to start my day early. You know, that was one way to look at it. The other way was that I get to talk at church, like I said, in front of my friends and in front of Spirit. And let's see, what else was good about today? Oh, my sons come over for dinner on Sundays. The ones won't be here because they're on vacation, but my oldest son will come over for dinner, and that's always fun for me. I like to get them all in one place. I can't get my one son, he lives in North Carolina, but to have 2 out of 3 is a good thing. So I decided that today's going to be a good day. I have other things that I'm looking forward to today. It's a beautiful day out there. You know, you don't have to pick just one thing, but start out with picking one thing as what your special day is today. And I am going to read another part in this book that I just love this part of the book. Let's see. I got a bunch of little stickers here. Okay, this I love, okay? Once I saw a triple rainbow that ended in a canyon where I'd been the day before. And halfway up the hill, standing in a drizzle of rain, I was standing halfway up the hill, standing in a drizzle of rain. It was almost dark, but I wouldn't go in because of the rainbows, of course. And there at the top of the hill, a jackrabbit was standing up on his hind legs, perfectly still, looking straight at that same triple rainbow. I may be the only person in the world who's seen a rabbit standing in the mist, quietly watching 3 rainbows. That's worth a celebration anytime. So I wrote it down and I drew the hill and the rabbit and the rainbow and me. So I thought, and then she says, now August 9th is Rainbow Celebration Day. So it's just any day, you know, any day and anything. It's special. Our lives are what we make of them. You know, our lives are what we make of them. We can make them special or we can make them ho-hum. And special is the way to go. So let's see what else I have. Oh, this is something that I just heard today. It was so funny because my husband, I love him dearly, but he drives me crazy with YouTube. He goes, shoot, shoot, shoot. You know, like I just look, I can't even see what the title is before he moves it to something else. But today I actually heard this, and it said, two of the most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And I think that every day is a day we can find out why we were born. And I think that makes it a special day. You know, you can find out why. Was I born to help people? Was I born to make people smile? You know, well, you can come up with there's 1,000 reasons why you were born, but make one day special as the day you're going to try to find out why you were born. So I have a couple of days that are really special to me. My birthday is not special to me, but it's coming up. But it is special. It's all about attitude, because it's another year that I've made it through and I'm still walking. So, and you know, somebody laughed at that, but really a couple of years ago, before I had my knees done, I didn't think I would be walking by this time. We built this part of our house for us to live in, and I made all the hallways, because I designed it myself. I made all the hallways wide enough for a wheelchair, because my knees were so bad, and I thought, I'm not getting my knees done. And then one day I thought, I am getting my knees done, and boy, oh boy, that was rebirth for me. So that's why when I say I'm up walking, I'm not kidding, you know. So my anniversary is coming up on May 17th. That will be 49 years. And I always make a special deal out of my kid's birthday. And vacations, start of a vacation is a special day, and every day on vacation is a special day. So I also wanted to say that I've said it already, but every single day for me is a special day. Now, I don't want you to think that I've always had this little la-la fairy tale outlook, because I do have a la-la fairy tale outlook, and I'm proud of it. But I came about that outlook, I'm not sure when. I think it was when my grandsons, who live with in the same house, each one of them has health challenges. And I think when they were born, and I was so glad I cared about their health challenges, but their health challenges did not change who they were to me. And I also watched my son and my daughter-in-law, and they faced these challenges unbelievably. And I am so proud of them, but they taught me that, you know, every challenge is also an opportunity for you to grow. And so that's when I got this la-la outlook, but this church also has a lot to do with it. You know, I came to church, you know, I was never a real religious person, but I had a belief. But once I came to this church and I put my crazy all over the place thoughts and balled them up into one thing and put it inside my heart, it changed my life too. So that was a really special day. And if I went back in the calendar, I could make that my Church of the Angels Day. So let me see. I have some more stuff to read about. This one I really like. This one is about New Year's Eve. Well, I think I'll save that one. I want to read you a little bit about the author, because the author is really, when I read this about the author, I thought, oh my God, this book is perfect for me for this talk. Because part of what I'm trying to tell you is to look at things through spirit, you know, with spirit in your eyes, and every day can become a special day. So when I read this about the author, it was like, great. So her name is Bird Baylor. Bird Baylor lives in the Southwest. Her eloquent lyric prose reflects a philosophy as special and lovely as the land she writes about. For her, it is in the spirit, not material things. That is necessary for personal development. Once you make that decision, your whole life opens up and you begin to know what matters and what doesn't. It was like, wow, she thinks like I do. So, but another big day that we all have, and everybody has this in different ways, shapes, and forms, is New Year's Eve Day or New Year's Day. So I have this one part of the book that I want to read you about a New Year's celebration. Friend, I've saved my New Year celebration until last. Mine is a little different from the one most people have. It comes in the spring. To tell the truth, I never did feel like my New Year started January 1st. To me, that's just another winter day. I let my year begin when winter ends and the morning light comes earlier the way it should. That's when I feel like starting new. I wait until the white-winged doves are back from Mexico and the wildflowers cover the hills and my favorite cactus blooms. It always makes me think I ought to bloom myself. So for today, I want you to think of this in these coming days as New Year's. And I brought there's one more little part that I want to read to you and then I'll be finishing up. Where is it? It's about making your special day. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is what she says here about making your own special days or your celebrations. Friend, I'll tell you how it works. I keep a notebook and I write a date and then I write about the celebration. And so I thought for my birthday, I brought a notebook and a pen for everyone. So I want to give you each for my birthday. This is my present to give to you this. And in what I would ask you to do, and of course you don't have to do it, but I think you'd like it if you did, is for when you wake up in the morning, write down what you think your special day is going to be about. And then in the evening, write down what your special day was really about. And I think that as you go back and look through, you'll be amazed. Now, this isn't a great big notebook, but I wasn't going to go all out because I know a lot of these notebooks are going to end up on the dash of the car. But anyway, and these pens are fun because they have motivational little phrases on there. So to end my talk, I'm going to put these on the Buddha table. Help yourself if you want to. I have plenty of notebooks, so help yourself. But to end my talk, I want to say that happy birthday to all of you, because it is a day you can make every day your birthday. Happy New Year's to all of you, because I kind of have to agree with her that it would be better to have New Year's in the spring rather than yeah. And thank you for listening to me. And I'll leave this book up here too if anybody wants to take a look at it. So yes.
So this talk is so pertinent for me today, and yesterday I found out a good friend of mine had passed away yesterday morning. And, it got me thinking about myself. It's like, am I taking these days being precious and thinking, the best mark I can be? I'm thinking about how big of a heart this person had and how kind it was to everybody that came towards him. That's what got me thinking about myself. Precious day, and it's just thank you so much. Sure,
and my sympathies to you. One thing about that I'll add is that death is a really complex and difficult thing for each and every one of us. And, you try to come up with a positive way of thinking about death. And there are positives, the person that is gone is no longer suffering. And if there was an accident, you got to figure God's got spirit has some reason for taking them at that time. That is a challenge, and when I look at days, there's people that, and I'm not criticizing anybody because we all do things differently, but there are people that, on anniversaries of the death of a loved one, they shut down, they get dark for that day, they don't talk to anybody, they don't go out. And my thoughts on that is you're not the one that died. You're not the one that died. You need to show how much that life impacted you and how much you appreciate your life. So that's just my thoughts on death. Yes, Carol.
Just to tag on that, what I do, I don't shut down. I used to. But what I do is I sing happy new birthday to you because they are newborn on a whole different dimension. So I sing happy birthday on their actual birthday, and then on their death anniversary, I sing happy new birthday. And I make it a special day.
Yeah, that's nice.
It gives you a different twist on it because having had a few moments itself, having the traditional words like, oh, now they're at peace and oh, they're not suffering anymore. We don't want to hear that.
Right.
We don't want to hear the cliche sayings because it's just a cliche saying. And I was just talking to somebody about this not that long ago. And they were just like, you just want to tell them, shut up. So if you can, please try not to use the cliche things. Say something that's truly from your heart, that's meaningful, not the, what do they call it, party conversation kind of thing. Don't do that, but sing happy new birthday. It uplifts you, it makes you laugh, because then you go into the wonderful memories, and that's it. And then you can go out and you can celebrate for them.
Right. I choose to remember the good times myself. So, Cindy, did you have a comment?
Just a quick comment. I think when we think about being a special day, that ties in with gratitude. When you recognize this is a special day, I get to walk, I get to whatever, that ties in with gratitude. I think that starting your day with that recognition and that gratitude, it shifts your perspective of the day, or you can be grumpy.
Yeah, right. Dale.
So, thanks for your talk. It was a lot to think about. And you reminded me of what my thoughts were. But every day is a good day. Just people.
Oh yeah, right. All right. Well, yes, Barbara.
I find it interesting we should cover this today because we just passed the new year of the natural year, which does mean something as opposed to January 1st, which means absolutely nothing. So thank you, because it is a great thing to do here to be thinking of.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. And like I said, I have a couple of these that have all these crazy special days on them. If you need a little help to get started, I don't think you will if you really think about it. But and I will put these notebooks and pens over here, and please take one.
All right, one more.